What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the one and only SP3. And that man to the right, they call him Kenny. He is from the Call Up Podcast, and we are here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast live on BodySlam.net. Guys, let's talk the Royal Rumble.
Yes, let's.
Oh man, Sid SP3. Let's get into it, man. You guys, I gotta say, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on the show. And, you're one of the guys that got me put into this whole industry in the first place. Watching you guys every day, the Daily Boys, Mocha Mondays, and I was really sad when that happened. So I had to reach out to you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna have your boy Sat on the show, and probably Alex. Alex has been talking a lot lately too, so I think I'm gonna get him on the show too. So what's been going on with you?
Man, I just been keep doing the content, being a father first with my two twins, wifey at home, and then also just doing the podcast game, Tru Heel Heat, still running strong, our YouTube channel over there, as well as Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast, which I'm doing with Rick Ucchino, and my work over on Sportskeeda Wrestling with Dutch Mantel and Rick Ucchino. So keeping busy, keep doing my thing, doing a little bit more writing for Sportskeeda as well as Wrestle Talk. So definitely staying busy in 2022 and excited to be on here. We've been talking for a while. I've been talking about, collabing with you. So very glad to be on the show with you.
Man, this is gonna be lit today, brother. And this dude right here, look, Kenny.
The quiet man of the group.
I'm gonna say this, man. You are the quiet man of the group, but your show is pretty fire, man. Like, let's talk about your podcast.
Thank you. So, the Call Up Podcast, started a couple, going on now 2 years. Wow. Okay. Started off as an Instagram page, and I followed in Tru Heel Heat, ways of taking it from Instagram and making a podcast out of it, just, talking to interesting people. So, and then I do watch-alongs on Mondays. I sit through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw and give my opinions on this thing every single Monday. We have not missed a Monday yet since we started. I'm really proud of that one. And then just interviewing a lot more indie people, transitioned from wrestling to more of the entertainment field. So I got a couple of comedians on there, a couple of actors that are coming on in the next couple of weeks. So it should be a fun time.
Man, let me know when you want to get Gabriel Iglesias on the show. He follows the podcast, so maybe I can.
Hey, listen, I love to like I said at the premise. I was like, I love meeting interesting people that have an interesting story.
Yeah, man, Fluffy he loves wrestling, man. It's real cool. So let's get into this craziness, man. Man, it's crazy. Let's go. Would you guys want to start at the top, or you want to start at the bottom?
Whichever one you want.
All right, let's start. Let's start at the bottom. The Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, 30 women. We all know there's not 30 women in the WWE right now.
No.
So the list looks like Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, Nikki and Brie Bella, Carmella and Zelina, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Dana Brooke, Natalia, Mickie James, Tamina, Shayna Baszler, the WWE legend, Summer Rae. Okay, I can't even say it with a straight face. Aaliyah and Shotzi. So, what do you guys think of this Rumble so far?
It's a good lineup so far. I was so surprised that we all laughed about the whole Summer Rae thing. I was just like, a legend? Who put that? Like, I was like, okay. I mean, to a lot of people, she might be a legend. Maybe to us, I was just like, I don't know what you did to be a legend, but hey, more power to you.
Legend in her own mind, I guess. What about you, SP3?
The list of talent is cool with the legends, returning stars coming back, and of course Summer Rae, who stands out above the pack. But yeah, I wish it would have been a couple of these be a surprise. Mickie James' name being in there created a lot of buzz with the connection with her being the Impact Knockouts champion. So that's very interesting. But I don't feel we've even heard the name of the person that's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing because there's still 9 slots available. Like there's still 9 slots available. They haven't even introduced yet. So I mean, let's hope that they just keep those 9 names. Like I mean, it's probably gonna be like Jillian Hall or, something like that. But I don't think that the winner is in this list. I mean, I'm hoping that Bailey. I'm really hoping that Bailey is the one that's that's that surprise, like number 30 or number 25, and she comes in and she just totally runs the gambit. Maybe have Bailey and Charlotte be the last 2. Bailey, Charlotte, Bianca, and Liv be the last 4.
That would be a good list.
So I mean, that would be kind of awesome. I'm really angling for a 4 horsewomen WrestleMania. Have them all against each other. That'd be awesome. If Sasha was still available, but due to injury, she's not there. And we didn't see Doudrop's name in there either.
Well, Doudrop's versus Becky.
Well, that's right. That's right. I mean, she could always roam right back into the Rumble too. Who knows?
Yeah, we've seen that plenty of times. So
yeah, exactly. I've seen people do that and go back and win the Rumble to get another shot, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. And so I want to ask you guys because your opinion really does matter when it comes to this. For at least for me, what are your thoughts on Charlotte Flair being the SmackDown champion, putting herself in a battle royal to determine a contender for said championship?
I like it this year because WWE doesn't have a lot of options. So this is very similar because the last time this happened, it was successful. I'm okay with it because the last time it happened was just 2 years ago with Brock Lesnar as WWE champion in the men's Royal Rumble. So I could see Charlotte Flair being in this match and setting up her WrestleMania matchup. So it's a lot of different options that can eliminate her. Like you can throw out any couple of names and it might be a possibility that they can toss Charlotte off and set up their road to WrestleMania. So I like it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go.
I kind of felt like they were going to put Lita versus Charlotte because of the way they did the whole thing with her on SmackDown like 2 weeks ago. That would make a lot more sense to give her a championship match at the Rumble, but it is what it is.
I mean, you can still build something, there between her and Lita. Like Lita could be the one to eliminate her, and she could still have a run there. Because I know Lita has mentioned that she wants to have another run, in pro wrestling again. So she could be the one to sit there and eliminate Charlotte, and Charlotte wants to get her revenge back, and that sets up a good match for them. Whichever pay-per-view, is coming up next. I don't really think it'll lead all the way to WrestleMania, but at least we can get something good out of it, maybe Elimination Chamber or, whatever match, whatever pay-per-view comes after that.
Well, the Saudi Prince loves 90s wrestling, so
there you go.
It might be Charlotte versus Lita. You never know. I mean, that's the next pay-per-view coming up, right? February, isn't it?
Yeah, February 19th.
February 19th, yeah. So, I mean, we can have those two. Who knows? I do like that idea though, about like the Brock Lesnar gimmick, where she comes in and she eliminates so many people. She gets eliminated by someone and sets up a championship match, which would be kind of good because they're going to need something for the Saudi shows. You can't keep having the same 5-6 matches over and over again. But then again, that last Saudi show was better than WrestleMania.
It was really good.
Oh yeah,
their best Saudi show.
Yeah. I mean, be it what it may, it was really good. So let me go over to the men's Rumble. Men's Rumble is really interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guys.
Yeah, I was about to say their list is really short.
Yeah, so there's still 15 names that haven't been mentioned. And we talked about it off air, but The Undertaker is going to be in attendance. Both Braun Breaker and
Gunther.
And your boy Walter.
I refuse to call him that name.
I can't call him Gunther.
I refuse.
Gunther.
Hey, was it just me, or did he look really pissed when he had to say that?
Yeah, he did. Like he didn't even finish. He didn't even finish. It was like, you tell your kid, it was like, you have to eat this, and like, fine, and they just take a bite of it and just throw it on the floor. Like that's what that looked like. He just looked like pissed at the end when he had to say that. I felt bad for Strong because he chopped him again. I was like, yeah, he's upset.
Yep. The SP3 gonna have to worry about that because he got a tag team at his house. You watch. They're gonna do it in unison. Yeah, like, goes again. No.
That's right. He's dealing with twins,
Man, tag
Absolutely.
team mania. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, the whole Gunther situation. I'm having fun with it at this point. I mean, this man was so stubborn, didn't want to come to the United States, stayed in the UK, was champion for about 2 years, 2.5 years. And he comes over. Finally, he says, "All right, I'll come over. I'll be on NXT 2.0." And they changed his name to Gunther. You can't make this stuff
Same
up.
day.
You can't make this stuff up. You just can't.
Man.
So I you gotta laugh at it.
Man, I just think that they really weren't thinking when they named him that after the whole Nazi thing. They're like, oh, by the way, yeah, you know, I mean,
somebody didn't do their homework.
well, I mean, then again, didn't they do that with what's the Italian guy's gimmick? I can't think of his name right now.
The Italian guy on
Yeah.
2.0.
Alex and Kate talk about him all the time. Like he's
Oh,
Alex's
Tony
favorite.
Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that like a disgraced New York Yankee or something like that? So it's like, Jesus Christ.
It might be.
Obviously, they were not listening. Like, come on, man. Someone's not doing their due diligence, but it is what it is. So in this Rumble, we have Kevin Owens, Big E, AJ Styles, Damian Priest, Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sheamus, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Austin Theory. So, like I said, there's so many names on this list. Edge isn't on the list.
The Miz.
He's in a match. They're both in matches.
Yeah.
Well, but still, like there have been times where people had matches and they were right back in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Shinsuke Nakamura, Rick Boogs, like so many people's names are on this list, and they're not in matches. You know, but you're going to bring up Braun Breaker and you're going to bring up Walter. This is a very wide open Rumble, and you got Kevin Owens, who's angling for a championship match. Just re-signed. And then you got Sami Zayn, who just re-signed also. So can you look for like a similar push for those guys? Like one's going after the United States Championship, one after the Intercontinental Championship. Or do you see one of them winning the Rumble?
No.
I mean,
no, I definitely don't.
I don't see that.
You'll see either one of them?
Don't see either one of them winning the Rumble. Honestly, I don't. Maybe I think it might be a surprise entrant, or Big E is my favorite right now to win the men's Royal Rumble because of what I think is gonna happen with the championship matches.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, okay, so that's good. That was my next question. What do you think is going to happen with these championship matches?
Well, I think that Roman Reigns' run is coming to an end. I think the tribal chief will acknowledge the visionary of Drip, and Seth Rollins will once again beat Roman Reigns for a championship. I just think that WWE always pushes the number of days a champion has hold on to their title when they're about to lose it. That's what they do. Well, that's what they do. They always push it whenever they pass a certain number or break the record for longest reign. It's not too far after they lose the title. So this seems like that's going to be the way that they set up 2 championship matches for WrestleMania. That's why I think that it's going to be Seth Rollins as the new Universal Champion, and Brock Lesnar is going to defeat Bobby Lashley.
Wow. Okay, so the whole Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley thing, I kind of have if I were booking the show, this is what I would do, because you have too many championships right now. Let's just call it the brand split doesn't mean shit anymore. I mean, you got SmackDown guys on Raw all the time. You got Raw guys attacking people on SmackDown. The whole thing doesn't matter anymore. You know, you got Brock Lesnar as the WWE champion, and you got Roman Reigns as the Universal champion, but they're feuding with each other. I would unify that championship. Get rid of it. Unify it. Let's just do it. Let's just one champion. Call it what it is, you know. So I can see maybe Roman about to lose, or maybe about to beat Seth Rollins, and Lesnar comes in and cost him the match, or vice versa.
I can see that happening.
I mean, because if you and I, if me and SP3 were feuding over championships, and you were the third guy out, like you were the one that like, okay, I want Blood's title, but Blood want SP3's title. I would cause. I mean, and I'm not giving you a championship match. No, man. I'm wrestling Seth Rollins at this pay per view. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm gonna force the issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cause disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cause you to lose. Get you so angry to where you're like, you know what? Fine, let's go. Let's do this. Let's handle this business right now. And you know, you never know. There might be a Saudi show. Who knows?
Yeah,
I can
see a Saudi show coming up for this. I mean, as far as like the Rumble, I really think that Brock Lesnar is still going to hold on to this title. I know we had a conversation before where we said like the Hurt Business. You know, you have Cedric and Shelton come in and interfere in this match. They're going to end up costing Bobby Lashley this title. We've seen it already. You know, on Raw, them trying to attack Bobby Lashley. I see this time maybe MVP leaving. You know, Bobby Lashley, and this is how we're gonna end up getting Bobby. You know, like that somewhat of the Hurt Business back together again. But we're only gonna have like those three core members there. You know what I mean? And like leaving Bobby out.
Yeah, Bobby's in face right now.
Yeah,
people like Bobby.
You know, people like Bobby's getting over with the crowd a lot more, especially in the house shows. You know,
I've said it once. I'll say it 500 million times. People need to just give up on this Hurt Business stuff. Stop trying to reunite the Hurt Business, because every time they bring it back for you, they ruin it worse than the last time that they ruined it.
And
so
and that is true.
For it? I don't understand. And I would love to think of anything with the WWE with how I would book it, or fantasy booking hat. That is just an unhealthy way to watch WWE, in my opinion. I put on my Vince hat, and I think what would Vince do? And that's why I think that Vince,
he would put the Hurt Business together.
He would like, he
would probably put the Hurt Business together and ruin it worse. But I also like to think of things that just keep it away from him. Don't try to like putting the titles together, or the brand, or ending the brand split. All of those things they have shown that they will ruin. So don't even think of those things. Think about the things that they would do. So I think that Seth Rollins winning the title, because they don't want to do a title versus title match at WrestleMania. They want 2 title matches. That's what they're gonna do.
I don't know. I see Roman Reigns still walking away at the Rumble as champ, just for the Rumble. And I think maybe like going into the Saudi show, we get another rematch somehow of, you know, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and he wins it there.
Well, you know, if you think about it, Reigns has beaten everybody. He literally has beaten everybody. There's no one left for him to beat.
Exactly.
I mean,
Reigns was gonna lose at day one. Like I don't know, people don't want to acknowledge that, but Brock Lesnar was going to win a title at day one. So
of course,
Seth Rollins is going to win at the Royal Rumble. Like, it's set up. What has been the thing that has guaranteed that Roman Reigns, even if he can't beat somebody, he's always had the backup of the bloodline. The bloodline is banned from ringside. Everything is set up for Brock Lesnar to get involved in this and cost Roman Reigns the Universal Championship. Like, you don't prolong it. When you can get it done, you get it done. You pull the trigger. If they hold on to it and they try to draw it out to the Saudi show, I am pretty sure they're going to ruin that too.
Well, you know the whole thing about long-term storytelling. Like, the WWE doesn't do that.
No,
they can't do that.
No, they don't. They don't know how to do that.
They can't book 3 weeks in advance. Why is it me, an indie promoter, can book a show? I run every Sunday night. I book 2 months in advance storyline, and it keeps going, and it makes sense. But the biggest company in the world can't do it for 3 weeks when you got a host of writers. You know, makes no fucking sense. But that's the WWE for you. So Becky Lynch and Doudrop. I'm sorry. Becky Lynch and Piper Niven. On this podcast, we do not call her Doudrop because that just makes no sense at all. Her name is Doudrop, and her finishing move is called the Doudrop. How does that make sense?
I don't even know what her finishing move is called.
That's a Vince McMahonism right there. So, what do you guys see for this? Because honestly, it's Becky's going to retain the title.
Yeah, I mean that's a given. I don't think that if they was to give it to Doudrop, like what like what their actual plan would be. You
And
know,
that's the
like
thing. Like, you got, there's no anticipation. Like, remember when the Survivor Series was like, oh my God, who's coming next? Oh my God, who's coming next? Oh my God, it's him. You know, there really isn't that anymore. And when it comes to like the championship matches, I mean, like Brock versus Bobby, we already said Brock. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, that's a toss up. I say Roman because I think they're saving Roman for The Rock. Like that's the end all be all for Roman. That's the one person he's got to beat to be the best, to be the best Samoan in wrestling. He's got to beat The Rock. I doubt that will happen, but it doesn't have to have. It doesn't, in my opinion, that match does not need a championship.
No.
Like he doesn't have to be WWE champion or Universal champion to have that match. And
you just need the bragging rights.
Yeah, there it is. Maybe it'll happen at WWE bragging rights. Who knows?
Oh my God!
Hope they never bring that back. But you got Becky Lynch and Piper Niven. That's a given. Like Piper Niven isn't going to win the Raw Championship, and it sucks because why would I want to watch this show when I already know the outcome?
Right.
It's like you watch the same. It's like you've watched all of Peacemaker. You've watched all 4 episodes right now, so you know what happens in the 4th episode. But you go back and watch it again, you're like, oh my God, damn, it didn't change. Same thing. There's no excitement there. But the Edge, Beth Phoenix, Miz, and Maurice match, that is the one that I am most interested in. And it's weird to say it because it's Miz and Maurice versus Beth Phoenix and Edge. So you would expect that Edge and Beth are going to beat the holy piss out of Miz and Maurice.
Yeah.
But I think Maurice is a lot better wrestler than we've been led on to believe. I think that I think that Miz is going to win. Because why would he lose? He's already lost to him at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So why would they continue the downward spiral? Why would they continue putting these matches together just so we can see him lose again? You know, the whole trope in wrestling is the face chases the heel. And keeps chasing the heel, and then he finally beats the heel. Well, the face beat the heel the first time here, and we all know WWE does 50-50 booking, so I'm looking at Miz and Maurice to win. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I see them maybe. I could see that too. I could see them winning it like in a heel fashion type of way of getting that pinfall and then leading into the Rumble, where like the Miz is there, then he's doing his thing, then Edge comes out, and they still continue that, and it could lead into like another match down the line. Maybe we can have like a rematch, or like on Monday Night Raw the next night or something like that. And
we're going to.
Yeah, and they're gonna end up doing the same thing for either Maurice, and Beth Phoenix too, where like they're chasing each other throughout the Rumble, and then they end up having a match on Raw.
What do you think, SP3?
I think Edge and Beth Phoenix are winning. I mean, you don't make them have their first match kind of together and have them lose to a mixed tag team that lost to John Cena and Nikki Bella. I mean, I'm just saying. If you have a long memory, you remember that.
I remember that one.
Cena and Nikki Bella washed them at WrestleMania. So, like, yeah, it didn't help Danny O'Brien and Brie Bella losing to them after that. So I don't think they would put Edge and Beth Phoenix together for the first time, the first Hall of Fame couple in WWE history, and then have them lose their first time out. That, I mean, if that happens, more power to you for this prediction, but that's a stupid move in my opinion.
I mean, but here it is. Here it is. You said the key word, stupid move. Who are we talking about?
Have you seen the writers on WWE nowadays?
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm not saying that it's out of the realm of possibilities. That's what I said.
I mean, because think about it. Like the men's Rumble, I'm looking for Johnny Knoxville to win. Because
I mean, Johnny. I didn't say it when we were talking about the men's Royal Rumble, but Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn been the best part about the build-up to the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like regardless of how people feel about Knoxville in this match, he's been in entertaining segments because Sami Zayn is just a great character.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. Well, look, I know you got to bounce, sir. So let the people know where they can find you on your socials and how they can tune into Tru Heel Heat.
Well, you can find me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. That's TRU, no E on the True. And that's the same with Tru Heel Heat, our YouTube channel. We're approaching 2K subscribers over there. We go live every Saturday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time with our flagship podcast with myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and Top Guy JJ. I'm also on there with Jimmy Macaram every Thursday, reviewing AEW Dynamite on AE Ramble. And you can also find me on True Rewind with Romeo and Drunk Guy JJ reviewing the Monday Night Wars with Raw and Nitro. So a bunch of great content over there on Tru Heel Heat. So definitely check that out and check out the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast YouTube channel where myself and Rick Ucchino do about 3 to 4 podcasts a week reviewing WWE and AEW. And you can find my written work over on Sportskeeda as well as Wrestle Talk. I do a whole bunch of other stuff outside of that. TV and movies over on Jimmy Macaram YouTube channel. Degrassi Dudes podcast every Friday on Twitch. So bunch of great content out there, but you can follow it all Tru Heel SP3 on Twitter.
My man is super busy, and he got a tag team at home. Tag team twins, ladies and gentlemen. Man, SP3, thank you very much for joining us, bro. And always know there's a seat at the table whenever you want to swoop through.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you. It's been a great time chatting it up with you, Franchise, as well as Kenny. You guys are great, and I continue making great content and representing out there, brothers.
Hopefully, I bump into you tonight at the show.
For sure. If you see me and I don't, just hit me up. All right.
I will.
So later, jealous. All right, later. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your hair cut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We are back. We are joined by your boy, the Throwback. Hey, turn your phone sideways, my man.
Well, I'm at work, so my phone is literally just like hanging up by like a freaking stapler and holding it by the palm. But I figured I'd pop in and say, "What's up, boys? How you doing?"
What's going on, my good sir?
Yeah, so
working right now, killing some time. I figured I'd invade the stream because Parrish is on his stuff, the franchise, and they were literally booty chatting against me over on the NXT post show. So I was thinking this much, right? The line from a promo from The Rock. Just bring it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna kill it. And since my crew can't be here right now, wait till Thursday night.
Oh, that's hey, I'm down with that, brother. I'm down with it because you know what? Let me tell you something. There's 5 championship belts in that trophy case. 5.
Mm-hmm.
I literally went there this morning and I made room for a 6th one.
Oof.
Let's just say this much. You invited somebody on the post show. Let's just say I do this much. Behind the scenes, I sweeten the pot a little bit.
Oh, you're over here bribery, huh?
You invited, I sweeten the pot for them. Let's see what that person makes his decision, because that'll be really soon.
Well, just so you know, I've also sweetened the pot.
You always sweeten the pot. Look what you. Okay, let's just say it's real. I'm at work right now. That NXT post show that we did when Paris and Drew popped in, I felt like I was being like, "Oh, great, to everybody coming against me."
Hey, look, you're the
champ. More than anything, man, it is.
You got the championship.
I can't do anything about it. I can't go undefended. I can't do anything.
He who has the goal is always the target.
I am going to say this much. When that belt gets sent to everyone, there's going to be another one created.
See what I'm saying? This dude is making championship belt. Look. So let me explain.
I'm more interested in. Yeah, I was about to say I'm more interested in this than Monday Night Raw right now. So I'm so intrigued to know more.
So
we have a better storyline going. That's why.
Roundtable Podcast, bodyslam.net. We don't have one thing that the Wicked Crazy Pinfall has. A community title.
They have a podcast championship that I want.
Just put the money where the mouth is. If a Wicked Crazy Pinfalls member wins the Rumble, on to win the belt at WrestleMania, I will put my money where my mouth is. I will go half on creating a Roundtable Podcast championship belt.
Oh,
wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Yeah, there's a company out there that was on Shark Tank that does custom belts. I'll send you the link, and the thing would look sick. So
let's do it.
Just like the Wicked Crazy title. Different. And it's cost effective too for me and whoever does it. So I'm going to put some cash on the side because I also have to start saving for a trip. So, especially where BB knows what's going on in my life, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Now, if you ever want to know my betting history, go look at Sean Ross. Let's just say this much. I've lost so many jersey bets. I literally have no luck at all. And
my God.
I had something against Nick and JMP, and I have a Tom Brady Super Bowl jersey sitting in my attic right now. I lost a bet against Sean Ross Sapp. I have a Bengals jersey in my closet. You know how?
Oh God, he loves the Bengals too.
Oh yeah, he got custom sneakers like that.
Yeah.
So like literally, I keep my word. So I will keep my word. I will go half on this. And last time I checked the belt, it was like $250, which is not that bad. It's about 6 pounds. So I mean, it's a good sized belt. It's not like the Crazy Pinfall where we got it from Undisputed Belts. So it'll be a little different and it'll be a little fun.
Okay.
Well, let me do this real quick before we go on to our next segment. Let me plug something real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you can donate to bodyslam.net to keep the website going so we can continue to bring you a wide variety of entertaining variety of pro wrestling and MMA related content simply by going to www.slamchats.com. That's www.slamchats.com. Become slamtastic. Okay. Had to get that out of the way.
I just made this guy's day just popping in and just being real. Let's just say this much. I don't have that title on the NXT post show. Kenny, you're all welcome to hop on that. And
it's a nice title.
Have fun and explain it. Because right now, Lone Wolf is kind of busy at the point, so we're trying to get more people, and trying to get more people on the Wicked Crazy side to pop in too.
Okay.
It's been fun doing it with BB the last couple of weeks, and then Parrish pops in. So
definitely.
But you guys have a good show. I got to go back into the world of the GIF and just keep killing it. Can't wait to listen and just have fun, man. But yeah, I figured pop in and sweeten the pot just like I always do.
This guy, I love this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, he makes it so much fun to be part of a podcasting community. Thank you very much for joining us, Throwback. Ladies and gentlemen, go check him out. Tell them where they can find you out, man. Tell them where they can find you every week.
I am the co-host of the BodySlam.net NXT post show every Tuesday night after NXT. And on top of that, you got your boy's own thing called Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. We're getting closer and closer to 2 years. We only got about 236 subscribers and a 4K on the Twitch. So check out it. The handle right there is for the Twitch. Throwback 27 is also on the YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also, the crew, check them out. There's a list of people you should follow on there on that description. And then also, the description is going to be added on for the NXT post show every week. And just have some fun. But as I say, do a good deed, pay for it. Much love to you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
it's good talking to you.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Professional wrestling is one of the toughest sports going today. If you ever dreamed of being a professional wrestler, then former WWE superstar and World Tag Team Champion Sir Mo of the famed tag team Men on a Mission invites you, yes, you, to join his Bumps and Bruises Academy. Now in 2 locations in Carrollton, Texas, and Sherwood, Arkansas. Allow Sir Mo and his head coach, Dante Smiley, and other coaches to get you on the road to an exciting and rewarding career. Classes forming now for your shot. Contact Sir Mo at 704-819-7312 or fill out an information questionnaire now. Don't wait, make your dreams come true today by joining the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy.
Hi, this is James Beard with SWE Fury, and you're watching the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Yo, and we are back. So let's get into this real quick before we go. What are your picks for the Women's Rumble? I'll give you 2 picks.
So 2 picks that I have. I have my obvious winner, which will be Liv Morgan, to win the Rumble and have her WrestleMania moment. If they decide to swerve us and not give us Liv Morgan, then I'm going to have to go Bayley. I think she's going to be the surprise person to come in, number 30, and just most likely eliminate Liv Morgan and crush my dreams of seeing a Liv Morgan WrestleMania moment. But those are my 2 picks for the female.
Okay. I mean, honestly, man, I'm thinking one of the Bellas is going to be one of the last 2 women.
I could see that happening, yeah.
Because of nostalgia, the WWE wants you to believe that. I believe that the first person that's going to be eliminated will be Natalya, and it will be by Aaliyah. Because they're going to keep that storyline going. But I could see Liv Morgan maybe eliminating Charlotte Flair, or maybe a returning. I mean, because look, Lita has been training with the Stoner Brothers down at in Stoner U down in Northern California, and like they're really rough, hardcore training. Like she's gearing up for a run,
right?
So I can see either Lita winning or Bayley winning. Bayley being the number 30 entrant, Bayley making a return. But you also got to think that you're going to see, what's her name? Alexa Bliss return as well.
Yeah, I like to see Alexa coming in because they haven't announced her yet. They've only been doing the journey of Alexa Bliss so far. I can see her popping into the Rumble, but I just don't see her winning.
I can see her popping in and throwing out Charlotte,
right?
Getting a rematch against Charlotte because obviously they're going to put the title on her. Like they've been pushing that. Her and Charlotte, even though they're on different brands right now, like Charlotte's on SmackDown and apparently Alexa's on Raw, but they've been pushing like the storyline. Well, remember what she did to Lily. Remember what she did to Lily. Like, why would they do that when they're on two different brands? Unless I mean, this is just my promoter brain, my booker brain thinking. I would have her win the match and cross over.
Okay.
But then again, we have the Saudi show.
Mm-hmm.
And the Saudi prince loves the Fiend, so the Fiendess, will probably get the shot at that show.
Exactly.
But I can see either Charlotte Flair winning the Rumble or being tossed out by Bayley. My pick is Bayley to win the Rumble. I mean, if Bayley doesn't win the Rumble, we riot. I'm just saying it. Bayley doesn't win the Rumble, we riot because she needs to win. I mean, it could be the illustrious legend of the WWE, Summer Rae. I mean, she's
she is the number one pick on a lot of people's Royal Rumble sheets now.
She's the GOAT. She's the icon, the showstopper, the main event.
I want to know who wrote that for
Michael Cole, probably.
Oh my god,
Michael Cole. He's an idiot.
I laughed when. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Summer Rae. I think she has her talents. And she did great while she was in WWE. But I don't think she's on a legend status, and I think she even set up something on Twitter about that, because people was just like, I didn't know you was a legend, and she says, I don't have no control over what they say. I was just there, So it's not like she said like, you have to introduce me as a legend. They just put her as a legend, which is also like, okay, but hey, WWE legend Summer Rae. It's in the Royal Rumble. So is Mickie James.
I was going to say Mickie James is another story. Mickie James wins the Rumble. Does she get a championship in the trash bag? Like, I mean,
I don't think. Here's my like my hope. Yeah, here's my hope for Mickie James. Right, we all know Mickie James still holds the Knockouts title because she's in the Rumble, right? I really want to see Deonna Purrazzo enter the Royal Rumble
and eliminate Mickie James.
Yes,
so great,
and continue the storyline going into Impact, because it's gonna make people want to tune into Impact and say like, okay, what the hell is going on this week? And it sucks because I think they already taped their TV for this week, going in for next Thursday. So it's not like if you have like that Rumble ending on Saturday, that you can do something, say Thursday, and be like, okay, like now I gotta tune in Thursday, unless they did something there we don't know about, and Impact fans are like super quiet about it, and no one reported this early. What I mean? Yeah, but in a magical world of none of us spoiling something online, but I would love to see that. But like I said, I would love to see Deonna Purrazzo in it. She says she's not in the Rumble. She's made quotes that she doesn't want to be in the Rumble, so that kind of just gives me that itch to say like, you may just be a surprise person for WWE. Here's
the thing: they always say like okay, like for instance, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are adamant. We are not in that Spider-Man movie. We are not doing it. We're not doing it. Oh, look, two Spider-Man in the movie.
Yep.
Two Spider-Man in the movie. If I was going to be in the Rumble, I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just show up like, yo, I'm here. Hence the surprise, because everyone loves the surprise. But I don't know, man. I mean, you never know. Like, who knows? Shayna Baszler might win the Rumble. I mean, remember, she ran a shot in the Elimination Chamber and eliminated everybody that one year.
Yeah.
Or Michelle McCool might actually win.
I don't think they'll give it to somebody who's a surprise. I really think that, I mean, being that they're not part of like WWE in a whole, like they're not an active, roster person. Rather, unless you're like Brock Lesnar or like Edge, where like you come in part time and then they end up giving you the win. But I don't know. Like I can say for this one, I have to agree with you with the whole Bayley thing. I think Bayley, especially she went to the Dallas game and she was walking around with no cane. A lot of people said she wasn't walking around with a limp. She's been, training back and forth. I think maybe like 2 weeks ago, she did her in-ring test over at the Performance Center. So, You know, we could see Bayley come in at number 30 and win it all. Like, you don't necessarily have to do a lot of moves in the Royal Rumble in order to, compete in it, you know?
Yeah.
We seen Drew. Go ahead.
If she's hurt, let's say she's not 100%.
Okay.
Let's say she's at 75, 80%. And it's going to take her, a few more months to get healed up before she's ready to wrestle again. She can come into a battle royal, toss a few people out, win the Rumble, and not do nothing but promos and cameos all the way up until Mania.
Exactly.
And it will work. And it'll work. I mean, because look, how many matches has Roman had the last couple months? He's had 4 matches in the last 5 months. He comes on TV, he talks, he gets the heat, he walks away. He talks, he gets more heat, he walks away. That's it. He doesn't wrestle. I mean, look, Goldberg had a bad back and neck. He wrestled twice.
Oh yeah, and he had a really good showing with Bobby Lashley, and he was hurt.
Yeah, and he was hurt the whole time. As much as I hate to say it, he had a good match with Bobby Lashley. So yeah, man. So the men's Rumble. Austin Theory, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, Sheamus, Madcap Moss, Happy Corbin, Kofi Kingston, Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Kevin Owens. As much as I hate to say this, the winner of the Rumble, Omos.
Really?
I hate to be that guy. But he is the prototype of what Vince likes. A big guy who's just so big. And I swear to God, Michael Cole, I don't know if he has like an orgasm every time he says he's so big. He's just so big. Oh, he's so big. Like, we get it. He's big. He's fucking 7 feet tall. He's big. And all he does is grab people and throw them around. So this is a tailor fit for him. He's the new Andre the Giant. He's the new Big Show.
I don't see him winning a Rumble right now. I think he still has a long way to go when it comes to his in-ring work. But this is, pro wrestling. This is the entertainment business of wrestling, and we already seen, someone like Jade Cargill, win a TBS title, and I feel like she just needs a little bit more work. But hey, anything is possible in wrestling. And if Omos wins, then I pray to God that they continue to work with this guy, get as many big guys, put him with Taker, and have Taker come in and work with him in the Performance Center every single week, or bring him on, bring Taker in a couple of times on the road to do stuff with him and get him to a level where he could hold his own 100%. In a match, because so far the only person we've seen him really work with is AJ Styles, but AJ Styles could pretty much work with anyone.
You can't have a bad match with AJ.
No.
Let me rephrase that. You can't have a bad match with AJ unless you are bad.
Yes.
Because there was a match that they had a house show match, and it was so bad that the WWE sent him home on SmackDown. Like they sent him on Raw. They sent him home, and it was bad. Like he needs a lot of work. Just because you're a big guy doesn't mean you can work. I mean, look at Giant Gonzalez.
Oh yeah,
El Gigante, whatever. Sucked. Just Great Khali.
Yeah.
Same thing. But you never know. Great Khali might show up in his Rumble too. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see that happening too. Because they need guys. They need people. They
only announced a few people, and
I only got 15.
I can see that they're gonna have like Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. They'll probably add like,
still got Ciampa.
Yeah, you got Ciampa and Gargano. Well, not Gargano. You got Ciampa, who's been on the main roster working dark matches. Braun Breaker, who's been working dark matches. I don't know.
LA Knight,
champion. LA Knight would be okay. I personally know LA Knight. Okay, I watched him all through SoCal. all the way up into all the way up into Impact Wrestling, all the way up into NXT. Okay, here's the thing. He is a WWE body guy. He has the body. He has the promo skills, but he doesn't have the it factor that Vince is looking for when it comes to in-ring work. So if Vince brought him up, it would be just to be a mouthpiece and a body guy. He'll be like Sheamus. Sheamus is not great with cutting promos, but Sheamus can kick the shit out of you in the ring.
Oh, definitely.
Now, LA Knight can kick the shit out of you in the ring, but he is so great with promos that Vince will spotlight the promo part of him and not the wrestling part of him. So I don't see him winning the Rumble at all. He doesn't strike me as a WrestleMania main eventer. I mean, they debuted him on the pay-per-view. On a WWE pay-per-view, they debuted him. And then he went his first match, lost. Like, you bring this guy, you hype the guy up as being the next big thing, and then you put him in a match, first match, and he loses. You know,
which is crazy to me.
It's the backwards ass booking of WWE. But the interesting thing that I'm looking forward to is watching Rey Mysterio dump Dominic over the rope,
or the other way around. I could see that.
Yeah, because they've been trying to break that tag team up for a while. This would be the reason why they break them up. Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss. I think they've already had this situation where one got tossed over the ropes while the other one.
Yeah.
But what about Kofi and Big E?
I know they're both there, and they're actually have a tag match for the go home show for Royal Rumble. So, but yeah, I mean, if I don't see them eliminating each other. I see them and most likely coming in on separate times and maybe just getting eliminated afterwards. But God, like this Rumble here is just all over the place.
Who do you see your final four? If you booked this Rumble, who would your final four be?
I would say my final four would be Big E, Ciampa, maybe Edge, and Kevin Owens.
Well, there's a lot of names that haven't been added to this. Alpha Academy. Haven't added Randy Orton and Riddle. I can see Riddle eliminating Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, that's gonna set up their match for the Saudi show or for Mania.
Oh no, that'd be a Mania match. That ain't gonna be a Saudi show. I think the Saudi show will have them going after the tag team titles again.
No, listen. There's one thing that I stopped believing with these Saudi shows is that WWE is the one that is booking these matches. You know, the Saudi prince, he has this, and Vince loves this. So if he says, "I want Randy Orton against this guy because I'm loving it right now, and I want to see that right now. I don't want to wait until Mania." Vince is gonna go and say, "Oh, you know what? F it. I'm just gonna make that match now." You know, oh, I want this guy to win because there was reports before that the people from Saudi was requesting guys that are not even here anymore.
Yeah, like they requested a match with Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan.
Yes. And I was like, in your dreams that can happen. On WWE 2K that can happen, but in real life that's never gonna happen ever again. Like there's a problem with this one, you know.
I mean, I can sell them a DVD from a WrestleMania if you want to do that.
Let's bring in like the way they did the fake Diesel and the fake Razor. Let's just bring in a fake Yoko and hopefully it could pass.
Akibono.
You know?
I don't know, man. I see these Saudi shows. I mean, like the whole budget cut thing. One Saudi show in WrestleNomics, I'll credit WrestleNomics with this. They did a report that stated that one Saudi show made more money than every WrestleMania combined.
That's crazy.
That's like $500 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all that money that they have out there.
But think about it. Think about this for a second. It's been how many years of WrestleMania? 35?
Yeah.
So 35 years of WrestleMania, and one show made more money than all 35 years. That's TV revenue, pay-per-view buy rates, merchandise, concession. Think of all of that money was made in one fucking show. But you got budget cuts and you're firing everybody because you don't have enough money. Makes no sense. But with that being said, a match that really makes no sense. It's this whole men's Royal Rumble. I mean, there's so many names that need to be brought into it. My final four will be AJ Styles, Big E, Kevin Owens. And The Undertaker.
Okay.
Because Taker's going to be at WrestleMania. I mean, he's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And Taker has been an ambassador because he lives in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the ambassador for the WWE for WrestleMania. He'll probably be the host of WrestleMania. He'll probably get a Hall of Fame ring at WrestleMania.
The Hall of Fame, I could see that happening for Taker, especially because they're in Dallas.
It's his time now.
Yeah.
But I can also see, and this is where it gets crazy, I can also see him appearing in the Rumble. I mean, it's the Rumble.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I mean, they've already showed it by bringing in the Impact Wrestling Women's Champion, Mickie James.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the shit that they went through with Mickie James. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll circle around this. I'm probably going to end up doing a Royal Rumble watch along.
Okay.
Here on the channel, so you're invited to watch along if you want to.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Warfare the night before. So Prediction Warfare, we'll have a sheet. We'll put it together, and we'll see what's up. But before I let you go, let's talk about a future Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio Jr. being the face of WWE 2K22.
Thought it was great. He was this is not the first time he's been on the cover of a WWE game. I think he was on it before.
No. I think it was dang. It wasn't a WWE 2K game. I think it was Battleground or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I thought it was great. But I just, as a video game person, I thought that they would have just gave us more, especially that it's been a while since we got a WWE 2K game. The last one we had was back it was 2K20, and they gave us so many glitches. It was hard. I literally just gave the game to my kids and was just like, here, you could play with this. Like, I don't want anything to do with this. But this one looks so good, and having Rey Mysterio on the cover, I thought it was genius. Like, I just love the look of it, and I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. But check it out. They also have the WWE also did a cover star reveal for 2K game, announced the various editions of the new game. There will be an NWO for Life edition.
Yeah, but that's digital, which sucks. It's like
for $120.
Yes. So you get to.
But what it includes is a tire for the NWO. It includes Eric Bischoff as a playable character. You can finally have Bischoff versus Vince McMahon in a match at Monday Nitro. So it includes like all WCW and WWE parts of it. Basically, the standard edition is $60. You can get on any gen, Xbox One, PC, PS4 for $70. You can get it both digital and physical format. The cross-gen bundle, $80. That includes Starcade 96, Rey Mysterio pack, across generations on the same console for $100. It has the Undertaker Immortal pack. All three of the Undertaker personas: the Taker, the American Badass, and the Ministry of Darkness Taker with some DLC packs. But then, like the NWO for Life one includes the standard and digital editions, My Faction, the NWO, different NWOs, NWO Hollywood. You got Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, 6, Eric Bischoff as a playable character. You can play as Sold Out, 97, Bash at the Beach. You can have the NWO Wolfpack Championship, all that cool stuff. So the game is going to be lit.
Definitely.
But with the GM mode, you can book Raw versus SmackDown. You can book Raw versus NXT. You can book Raw versus WCW. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a cool game, but it is a WWE 2K game, so get ready for all the shitty glitches. Shout out to my boy Navajo Warrior, who works with WWE 2K, or who works with 2K Games, 2K Sports. He's one of the guys that handles the motion capture. He's
Nice.
also a professional wrestler. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I will definitely be doing a review on that because I pre-ordered the game, so I get it like 3 days before the actual date that it comes out, which is great. So I'll be sitting there playing on Twitch, broadcasting it on YouTube to whoever wants to see it, and I'm going to go through each new feature and see how that goes and see if there's any glitches in it. So yeah, I'll be on that when I'm preparing myself. Gonna have the Gatorade, gonna have the water, make sure I don't leave. So it's gonna be a long stream.
Got your little snacks there. All right, well, thanks very much, man, for joining me on this crazy edition.
Oh man, thank you for having me.
Man, anytime you want to come by, man, there's always a seat at the table for you.
Thank you.
You can give a shout out to our SP3. Shout out to Throwback for joining us today. And tell the fans where they can find you, man, so we can get your numbers up.
Definitely. So you can catch me every single Monday on YouTube or Twitter. I do the Monday Night Raw watch along over with my co-host Toe Tags. We sit there and we do live reactions to Monday Night Raw for all 3 hours. We try to make it really interactive with everybody that comes on. We've been growing each week, so it's great. We make sure that the fans are entertained while we're trying to entertain ourselves. You can catch my show, the DaCallUpPodcast, every single Thursday. I normally drop a new episode of Conversations with Kenny. Those is basically just me and another person having a conversation about life, sports, wrestling, anything that comes up. I've had a good crew so far of people that have come in and shared their story of why they decided to become a pro wrestler. This year, I have decided to switch it up a bit. So this time around, I have some comedians, I have some actors, I have some really interesting people coming in for the month of February. I can tell you right now, I have a comedian by the name of Chanel Ali. She's based out of Philly. She's a really great comedian that's been traveling all around the States, making people laugh. I have another lady who is 80 years old. She is one of the first African-American women to run a legit marathon and an ultra marathoner. She's the first African-American ultra marathon runner. So that's going to be a real interesting story that she's going to share with us. So hopefully, you guys can tune in for that one. And then you can just catch me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm always on there speaking my opinions. I'm not a journalist. I am a fan. I always say that. So as everything that I say, take it with a grain of salt.
Man, well, I'll take that salt any day of the week because your opinions are always on point.
Thank you.
Hey, man, you're going to join us Wednesday night for the the AEW Dynamite review?
Yes, I will be there because I missed the last one because my work schedule last week was crazy. This week, I'm actually taking some time off because my body needs it at this point. So, yeah, I decided I'm just going to take the couple of days off this week just to, recharge the battery. The podcast world is taking its toll on me as well. So, but I can't quit that one.
I'll tell you one thing. I've dropped a lot of content thanks to being down with COVID. So y'all can expect a lot more shit from me. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. For Kenny, your boy, the Call Up Podcast, and your boy, the franchise, I want to say thank you very much for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. See y'all Wednesday.